Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Streetcat TV, where we are going to be keeping you up to date on what Bob and I are up to and our projects coming in the future, and there are some exciting ones that I hope you enjoy. Big shout out for the Big Issue Foundation for their night walk coming up in March, and all the Bobites who are joining it. Okay, Bob's going off for a walk now. We will be doing, at the moment I've lost my voice, I do apologise, but we will be doing a little bit of music with the band that I'm in, the Wild Strays, with Henry, Benjamin and Malta. We're still working on a drummer, and yeah, we'll also doing guest interviews like today. My guest here is Dr. Gore, who you might remember from about 10 years back on Britain's Got Talent getting banned, wasn't it?
Yes, for giving 26 children nightmares.
Yeah, terrible, isn't it? Anyway, so Dr. Gore here is going to do a trick for us now.
Why not? Now, James, we've both lived on the streets, and while you were on the streets, you played guitar. I found a different method of funding myself. Now, you look like a bit of a gambler. Are you a bit of a gambler?
I don't mind taking a chance.
Exactly. Now, have you ever played a game called 3-Card Monty? Chase the ace, find the lady, everyone's the winner. In that case, you're just the sucker I used to look for. You see, it's a con game. And I know it's a con game because, well, I made a lot of money playing this game, well, because I got a deck of cards. Now, I've invented a whole new game. Would you like to play?
Why not? Come on and give it to me.
It's amazing how many people say yes to a self-confessed con man. The game is called 4-Card Monty. Now, what I'd like to do, please, is just shuffle the deck. Good, because it's going to be Christmas soon. Now, pick a card. Look at it, remember it. Place it on top. Great. So we'll give it a cut, and we'll give it a bit of a shuffle. And we'll give it a cut, say about here. Whoa, shit. I think I just lost it. It doesn't matter, I'm going to carry on anyway, this could get kind of funny. Now, most magicians will go 1, 2, 3 and go, oh, that was your card. But I'm not going to bother because it wasn't, was it? Thank God for that, we're off to a good start. But it will go, that was your card. You sure? Okay. How about that one? That one?
No.
Only another 48 to go.
Yeah.
That one?
No.
Right, I'm actually going to stop there because this is now getting embarrassing. So, we've got 4 cards here that are not your card.
Okay.
Can I go through them again to make sure? Because I don't like fucking up.
Yeah. We can always sort this out later, I'm sure, in the edits.
We'll give it a try. So, that wasn't your card? You're sure about that? How about that one? Either of those two? Shit. Right, look, can you do me a favour? Can you point to any 2 cards? Do you want to change your mind?
No.
Okay. We're down to 2 cards. Point to a card. Do you want to change your mind?
No.
Okay. We're down to 1 card. If you'd like to put your finger on that card, think of your card and turn it over. Was that your card?
Yes.
And that's how you play the 4-Card Monty.
That was brilliant, man. That was absolutely brilliant. High five for that. That was very cool. So, yeah, you've been doing this for how long? You said you. As I know you, but you said like you first got into it as a kid.
I got into magic when I was 12, about the same time I was going to sort of circus school workshops and circus school. But it didn't actually take a more serious turn until I was about 29.
Hold on. Here we go. Here's a bit of magic for you. Here's our little man here.
Hello.
Hello, Bob. Hey, my little star, aren't you? Yeah. So I mean, that was absolutely awesome. I've seen a few of your tricks now. You know, It's yeah. So what I don't know what have you been up to lately? I know you did a couple of shows recently.
Things are changing. It's time to move on. A whole new show, a whole new outlook, possibly even a whole new Doctor.
Interesting. Okay, that's I'd like to see that persona as well.
It should be interesting when it's unveiled.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, we will be keeping you up to date when Dr. Gore does have any gigs or shows, and we will let you know.
Oi, oi, kiddies! My name is Dr. Gore, and it will be my pleasure to do your acquaintances. Give it a second. That's it. Now tonight I have decided to read to you an excerpt from one of my favourite authors, H.P. Lovecraft, the godfather of horror. And I'd like to read to you from Herbert West's Reanimator. That afternoon we found the new grave and determined to begin work soon after midnight. It was a repulsive task that we undertook in the black small hours, even though we lacked at the time the special horror of graveyards which later experiences brought to us. We carried spades and oiled dark lanterns, for although electric torches were then manufactured, they were not as satisfactory as the tungsten contrivances of today. The processes of unearthing were slow and sordid. It might have been gruesomely poetical if we had been artists instead of scientists. And we were glad when our spades struck wood. When the pine box was fully uncovered, West scrambled down and removed the lid, dragging out and propping up the contents. I reached down and hauled the contents out of the grave, and then both toiled hard to restore the spot to its former appearance. The affair made us rather nervous, especially the stiff form and vacant face of our first trophy. But we managed to remove all traces of our visit. When we had patted down the last shovelfuls of earth, we put the specimen in a canvas sack and set out for old Clapham Place beyond Meadow Hill. On an improvised dissection table in the old farmhouse by the light, a powerful acetylene lamp. The specimen was not very spectral looking. It had been a sturdy and apparently unimaginative youth of wholesome plebeian type, large-framed, grey-eyed and brown-haired. A sound animal without psychological subtleties, and probably having vital processes of the simplest and healthiest sort. Now with the eyes closed, it looked more asleep than dead, though the expert tests of my friend soon left no doubt on the score. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did, kiddies. Sleep tight and nightmares to all.
watching you burn from the inside. Cold fingers, cold feet, frozen heart. Found someone else to wake up beside. Still looking for a safe place to hide. A bullet in the head will do you no harm. It can't penetrate your puppet should come. A bullet in the head would be nice. It's better than hearing your advice. It's better than hearing your advice. Bullet in the head will do you no harm. It can't penetrate your puppet should come. A bullet in the head would be nice. It's better than hearing your advice. A bullet in the head will do you no harm. It can't penetrate your puppet should come. A bullet in the head would be nice. 'Cause it's better than hearing